Millions of Americans will tune in tonight to see Vice President Kamala Harris square off against former President Donald Trump. It will be their first and perhaps their only debate.
The two will be standing side by side in what's being called the biggest showdown in Philadelphia since the Rocky movies. John Jessup reports.
With only 6 feet between them, Americans will get to size up the candidates when they meet for the first time and share the stage in Philadelphia's National Constitution Center. Ahead of the debate, both Kamala Harris and Donald Trump exuding confidence.
How are you feeling?
Are you ready, Madam Vice President?
Ready.
You know, if I destroy her in the debate, they'll say, Trump suffered a humiliating defeat tonight, no matter what.
Tonight's matchup, originally scheduled to be the second debate between Trump and President Joe Biden, before the president dropped out of the race and endorsed his VP. The two campaigns finally settling on the rules for their 90-minute showdown, which include no opening statements or pre-written notes, 2 minutes for questions, rebuttals, and closing statements, and 1 minute for follow-ups, 2 commercial breaks with no live audience. The two taking very different tacks for preparation. Harris hunkering down for intense mock rehearsals, while Trump holding informal policy sessions, both trying to find ways to define and perhaps get under each other's skin.
This might be the biggest showdown that Philadelphia's had since the Rocky movies. The stakes are high with both candidates in a tight race.
Polls show a close contest, with former President Trump slightly ahead of Vice President Harris among likely voters, 48 to 47%. But that's within the New York Times Siena College poll's margin of error, meaning the race is essentially tied. Many voters will be tuning in to hear what the candidates have to say.
I am looking forward to the night's debate. I think it'll be like a good square off between the two candidates.
I'm very looking forward to it. It's the most unusual election preseason that I've ever seen.
CBN contributor Nathan Gonzalez believes the main audience is independent voters, particularly in swing states.
I don't expect something to happen that will, sway Democrats to come away from Harris or Republicans to come away from Trump. I think we're locked in on a core group of people in the middle in 7 key states.
While Harris has enjoyed both momentum and enthusiasm since taking the top of the ticket only 7 weeks ago, Trump could have an edge in the Electoral College, with respected election analyst Nate Silver giving him a nearly 64% chance of winning there, where the race for the White House will ultimately be decided. John Jessup, CBN News, Washington.
Well, it's rare for a presidential debate to be pretty much treated like it's some kind of WWE event. And, parts of me want to say, are you ready to rumble? When you hear words like showdown and there's 6 feet of separating them and all this kind of stuff, it's remarkably American in its approach, but at the same time, this is a very serious election. And the future of our country, who is going to lead it, and what are the policies that they're going to follow? I hope the debate ends up with substance on those issues so that voters can be informed about which future they want to join, because our vote is going to decide this election. The polls are showing it's now razor thin. The advantage Harris had out of the convention seems to be slowing, and we're down into counting electoral votes. And so there'll be swing states involved and very small percentages in those. When you start looking at presidential races that it's just a few thousand votes of margin of victory in these swing states, it shows you just how important it is. So please vote in this election. Don't stay home. Let your voice be heard, because our future needs your participation this November. Well, CBN's David Brody will be at the debate in Philadelphia tonight. He'll join us here on the 700 Club tomorrow for his analysis of the debate and its impact on the election.